Hello and welcome to Voice, the Metaverse, and NFTs. Wait, what? Let's get started with me introducing myself. Hi, my name's Roger Kibbe. I'm a senior AI developer evangelist for Samsung Research America. I'm also the co-founder of Niftorian, a blockchain and NFT startup. I'm the dad of two teen daughters. I'm a San Francisco Bay Area native, and I'm a UC Berkeley graduate. Go Bears! When we look at the worlds of voice and conversational AI, the metaverse, and NFTs, they're often seen very separately. Particularly people in voice and conversational AI may not spend a lot of time talking or thinking about the metaverse and NFTs, and likewise on the metaverse and NFT side, they're not spending a lot of time talking about voice and conversational AI. Well, I'm here today to tell you that that's a big mistake, because there is an amazing opportunity in the metaverse. If you're in voice and conversational AI, you should be getting up to speed, see what's happening in the metaverse, because there's some great opportunities, whether you're a designer, a developer, or a business person, and NFTs are a way to tie them all together. We're going to review all of this today. So first, let's talk about voice and the metaverse and the synergies and opportunities there. What is the metaverse? Well, I think if you ask 5 people who are immersed in the metaverse, you might get 10 different answers. But my absolute favorite answer is a simple answer. It's the 3D evolution of the internet. Today, the internet is largely 2D. And what the metaverse is a set of technologies and a set of ways of thinking where we 3D enable the 2D internet that we have today. Now, the metaverse is full of hype. I'm sure you've heard about this. Companies are spending billions of dollars getting metaverse ready. Facebook changed its name to Meta, standing for metaverse. Virtual reality, augmented reality, this is going to change the world. So tons and tons of hype and spending around the metaverse. But with that hype comes a backlash. Nobody wants to visit. Is it destined to fail? Spending billions on nonsense. No one's there, etc., etc. And I will tell you that personally, I think there's a bright future for the metaverse, and so I think some of the hype is justified, but I also understand some of the backlash, because there's a lot of work the metaverse needs to do to get all of us excited and interested in experiencing it. So the big challenge today in the metaverse is it's largely empty. All right, I have screenshots of myself entering 3 different metaverses here. Decentraland, Sandbox, and Voxels, previously called Crypto Voxels. And if you're sharp-eyed, you'll notice something. You can see my avatar in each of them, but only in Decentraland is there another avatar. And 'tis the big challenge with the metaverse. It's largely empty. You go there and you enter, you see a few other people, but it kind of looks like a ghost town. And who wants to hang out in a ghost town? To use one of Yogi Berra's puns, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Well, Yogi, when we're talking about the metaverse, it's nobody goes there anymore. It's too empty. That's the challenge. And really, it's a chicken and egg problem. If you go visit the metaverse, nobody's there, so you don't want to be there. And nobody's there because nobody goes and visits the metaverse. So we need people in the metaverse, but in order to get people in the metaverse, we need people in the metaverse. Classic chicken and egg problem. And I'm going to propose a solution. I'm going to propose that a solution to this chicken and egg problem and to get more people into the metaverse is virtual beings powered by conversational AI. All right, now we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you a demo of a virtual being and kind of explain how I think this can help be a solution to the metaverse's lack of people being there challenge. One note before we continue, That image you see is entirely created by AI. I went to Stable Diffusion, I typed in virtual beings in the metaverse, and then it created that unique image for me. Since we're talking about things related to AI today, I had to call out that I use an AI generated image here. Now, what are the benefits of having virtual beings in the metaverse? The first one is I'm going to call the virtuous cycle. All right, and I said the problem with the metaverse today is you go to the metaverse and nobody's there. There's not a lot of things to do or nobody to interact with. Now, if we start introducing virtual beings in the metaverse, even if no one is there, now all of a sudden there's virtual beings that we can interact with, that we can learn about what we're seeing, and now it becomes more interesting. And as the metaverse gets more interesting, more people will go there. And as more people will go there, there's more of a presence there, and then you get this virtuous cycle where more and more people enter the metaverse. And virtual beings aren't going to go away when the metaverse gets crowded because they have a lot of benefits. We can do unique, interesting things with them. And they solve a little problem that companies have with the metaverse, which is my second benefit of virtual beings. And that is the metaverse is open 24/7, 365 days a year. So that means now, if you're a company, you have a metaverse presence, and you want people to go interact there, then you need to have staff on 24/7, 365 in the metaverse. Are you going to make this investment when your own metrics show there aren't a lot of people visiting your metaverse presence? Probably not. But as the metaverse grows, you want to be there. So what's the solution? Create virtual beings for your metaverse presence. Virtual beings, they can answer questions, entertain people, and make the metaverse and your metaverse presence as a company a fun and exciting place to be. Creating virtual beings for the metaverse is an emerging industry. There's companies like Soul Machines, Ready Player Me, Unique, and InWorld, and more involved in this. I want to call out InWorld. Many of you know of Google's Dialogflow, which was API.ai. API.ai was an acquisition. Ilya Gefendon was the founder of API.ai, and he's one of the founders of InWorld. So he's moved from conversational AI to virtual beings, metaverse ready. I actually want to jump into InWorld and show you a little bit of how it works to get a taste and a flavor of what these virtual beings are like. So I have logged into InWorld Studio. This is where you'd create a character. Now I'm not going to go create a character for this relatively short tutorial, but I'm going to show you some of the pre-existing characters. They're all from Alice in Wonderland. And let's look at the caterpillar. So I'm going to click on the caterpillar. And when I define a character, I define it with personality and emotions. I define it with facts and knowledge. I have a voice. I can change the voice. Let's listen to that voice.
Hello, I'm the caterpillar.
All right, that's the caterpillar's voice, but I have a lot of options there to change it, dialogue style, etc. So all of these are ways that I'm not only informing the caterpillar to help it create a conversation with you, but really giving it a deep personality. Now let's just go in the studio. This isn't actually in the metaverse, but in the studio we can open a chat to try out the caterpillar. So let's try that. And I'll say, hello, caterpillar.
Hi there. Welcome to Wonderland, my friend. I'm the caterpillar. How can I help? I can tell you all about Wonderland and the mind-blowing people who live here.
Okay, tell me about Wonderland.
Well, there is a ton to do in this place, man.
What can I do?
There are a lot of things you can do in this wacky world, dude.
What can I do in Wonderland?
To be honest, there is so much to do in Wonderland that it is hard to know where to start. I would recommend going to the White Rabbit's Watch Store, the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, finding the Cheshire Cat, and then if you are feeling brave, going to see the Queen of Hearts.
All right, so you can see, imagine if I entered the metaverse and the caterpillar was at my presence in the metaverse. Now I can have a conversation with that virtual being, the caterpillar, and he can tell me all about cool stuff that I can do at my metaverse presence. All right, just a little taste of what this looks like using InWorld's tool. Let's go back to our presentation. So aside from virtual beings, there's also a bunch of work being done around synthetic voices, and indeed virtual beings use synthetic voices. Now we're at a voice conference, so you are probably familiar with what Microsoft and Amazon and Google have done around synthetic voices. But there's a bunch of startups that are doing very interesting things. Resemble, Respeecher, Vocal ID, WellSaid, Algorithmic, and many more. And what they're trying to do is make voices even more compelling. One of the things they're trying to do is bring emotion into the voice. You saw when I was in InWorld, I actually had some levers and knobs where I could actually change the emotion of the caterpillar and kind of change the personality. The other thing that's being worked on, this is really incredible to me, is the problem with synthetic voice right now is it doesn't understand the emotions of what it's reading. Now, I know you can use SSML and create some clever things, but in order to do that, it has to be hand-tuned. The real advance in synthetic voices is when the AI understands the text that it's reading and understands the appropriate emotion for the text and then speaks with that emotion. And then add that synthetic voice is used for a character which has its own personality, and then you really get a much more compelling virtual being that has a true personality to interact with. So here's where I think there's just a massive opportunity. If you're in voice and conversational AI, and like I said, designer, developer, business person, just involved in any way, there is so much opportunity in the metaverse around creating these virtual beings, creating the conversational AI, creating the synthetic voices behind them to create these compelling characters. I told you there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of investment. Well, it behooves you, if you're in the voice industry, to go check out what's happening in the metaverse and see if there's some opportunities for you. All right, so I talked about voice and conversational AI in the metaverse. Where do NFTs fit into this? So before I talk about how NFTs fit here, what the heck are NFTs? Okay, on the left here, yes, but yes, those are some of the more well-known NFTs, those images, and NFTs can represent an image that you can go buy. But the true definition in NFT is a little simpler, actually. It's a cryptographic asset on the blockchain that has some metadata, and really the blockchain is a ledger. And that means there's a record of creation of that asset and all transfers and sales of that asset. What does that mean? Well, NFTs really establish provenance, especially useful for a digital asset, a digital record of ownership and sales of that asset. So what does this mean? Well, if I'm an agency creating these virtual beings, and I have 4 examples there for you, they're avatars, they have a personality, they have a synthetic voice, and then I'm selling them to a company, I can record that sale using NFTs, and that company could potentially resell or not. But who actually owns that particular virtual being is ideally recorded in an NFT on the blockchain in a mutable place where anyone can understand who that virtual being was created by, who bought it, and any subsequent sales of it. So here is the grand opportunity for you in the voice and conversational AI space. Go check out the metaverse. Go check out what companies are spending billions of dollars on. And particularly look at virtual beings and the conversational AI requirements that are behind them, and synthetic voices and all the interesting work being done. I think there's a massive, massive opportunity in the metaverse for smart, intelligent, talented conversational AI experts to come in and do some amazing things. And finally, NFTs are a way to record the sales, the creation and sales of those virtual beings. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Roger Kibbe. I would love to continue the conversation on Twitter @Roger Kibbe or connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you.